today. So I've been away a while. I can't say I apologize because this isn't the first time I've disappeared and then came back and then apologized for inconsistency and then disappeared and came back. There's a reason why Justin Bieber wrote a song about this. The point is that I've apologized so many times for inconsistency and then ended up disappearing anyways. So from now on, if I go at my it is what it is, I'll come back. Maybe. So today, we're going to be doing something pretty special. Drum roll, please. A revamp. This channel has gone through so many revamps, it's kind of crazy. But I've kept this look for a while and I think it's got to go, including the name.
No, Aviva, don't change the name. It's iconic. You can't just erase it. You do realize you're the only person on YouTube with this name, right?
Yes, I can, and I will. All I'm doing is basically swapping my username and my handle. Nothing big, so don't sweat. For now. At first, I was a bit upset that the videos that got watched the most were tutorials because I actually did put in way more effort into my memes and animations than I did tutorials, but I've come to realize that I can't control what the people want. If it's tutorials you want, I got you. I'll do my best to get them out as soon as possible. I'll make a community post asking what you guys want to see as usual, and you guys can either vote or comment what you want to see. I think I've yapped long enough. Let's get into it. The first thing I see that we need to work on is the banner. I know. This banner is pretty and iconic. I'll leave it out for you guys somewhere in case you want to download it, keep it, print it out, and make it into a poster. Whatever you want to do. You guys think I should make a website to post all my art on? Nah. Anyways, yes, channel banner. Yeah. I have already actually made the OC I want to use as my main from now on. No, I'm not trashing the ones I already have. I literally just made one that looks like me in real life. I ended up making a profile picture, so I don't need to worry about that for now. Let's get started. It's been a while since Looney finally released Gacha Life 2. I downloaded it around November, and as you can see, I've already started playing around with the game, and I've got some cute characters over here. I'm glad I already have the hang of the app because it would be a pain for the video making process if I was still figuring out where everything was. It would take me a week to get this video out instead of a couple of days. Speaking of videos, I was supposed to make a trailer for someone. It's a work in progress, don't worry. It's not like I haven't started, I just haven't finished. This is my new OC, me in real life. I look pretty basic, I know, but less is more. This is basically me with my natural hair out, and you know, as a black girly, your hair needs to be tucked into some kind of protective hairstyle if you don't want to be seeing chunks of it in your hand every time you wash it. I mean, you do regardless, so like more chunks than necessary, if you will. Currently my hair is in red box braids that I curled myself, color 350 I think, expression. You guys want to see a face reveal soon? Stay tuned, it'll happen. I wear glasses because my eyes are shaped like a rugby ball and I never stood a chance. I found some cute anti-glare glasses online and I should probably get them because my eyes are usually glued to a screen since I'm computer savvy and an IT student. Yes, indeed, that is what I study in college. I was trying to put some eyeshadow on my character because I do wear eyeshadow, but I decided to keep it natural in the end, especially since I already put freckles in there and the other accessory layered the shadow on the eyes and not behind them. I have acne scars, not freckles, so I wanted to represent that, but like the only thing on the game to represent that would be the freckles. But it was either the scars or the shadows, so I picked the scars because I wanted to be natural. Moving on to the name. I was going to name myself Ziatara to match with the whole OC lore and stuff, but I decided to stick with a nickname I made for myself that I was going to go by in college, but ended up scrapping and using as a gamer tag. Other gacha tubers like Kitty Pop Time and Siege go by different names from their channels, so why not, am I right? Guess my age in the comments and I'll give you a shout out in the next video. I then moved on to the lips because I wanted some color. I adjusted them to my liking, changing the color to my natural lips color and moved on with my day. Big smile, because I smile a lot nowadays, which is good. I realized there are no preset poses for Gacha Life 2, but I found one that caught my eye, so I used it as a template and adjusted the pose. When I finally finished with that, I had no idea where to find the studio button, so I started collecting rewards. I even swiped the game off my recent tabs while I was collecting gems. Oh my. I eventually found the studio and I struggled to position my character, but I figured it out like I always do. I finished, screenshot, and upload it to my drive. For the whole process, I used my pen tablet, which took me a year to set up. I'm kidding, it only took 45 minutes, no big deal. Had to delete my driver and download the latest one, only to find out that the problem wasn't my USB cable, it was my laptop, which wasn't updated. I desperately wanted to use my tablet and Medibank to do just that, so after fixing the problem, I finally got started. I've been on hiatus for about half a year, which is crazy to think about since this channel's been up for about 3 years. I basically missed out on 6 months of content pretty much. Between college, life, exams, and friends and stuff, I've had no time. I have 2 assignments that have me in a chokehold right now as we speak. This piece of art took me about 9 hours total, and guess what? Through all of that, I have no footage from Medibank. I think the time-lapse feature is something they need to fix. No artist with a channel thinks about activating the time-lapse to their art. It should just be on, because sometimes you need to switch tabs, and screen recorders can be a pain. I had to search up Shein boots for the shoes, which you'll see at the end. And during that, you have no idea how many times my screen recorder quit because I was on the desktop page. I usually use OBS Studio, but for some reason, the quality is...
Know your place, trash!
So I had to use the built-in Xbox game bar instead, which has surprisingly better quality. So here I struggled to import images. I thought I could just drag and drop it, but no, sir. I had to search up a tutorial for that. This drawing software sounds like a pain. Why did I choose it? Open, screenshot. Yes, perfect. That's all the explanation you needed to hear. And then I struggled to use the magic wand tool. I finally figured it out after clicking aggressively for a few minutes and watching a tutorial. So here we finally get started. Not! The press keys on my tablet weren't working and I had no idea why. I started drawing and I was really annoyed by that point, I can't lie. But eventually I found out it was because I toggled the lock switch on the side with the realization. Oh, that makes so much more sense. I liked how, I wouldn't say rough, but like not neat the lines are. It made it look more authentic and not as rehearsed looking as my art usually is. I could already tell that the finished product was going to look a bit different from my usual art. I wanted it to look as painted as possible, and the different opacities I was getting based on the pressure I was applying on the pen were exactly what I needed. The little like side part over there was pretty rough, but I liked it a bit. It irked me because it wasn't like precise and clean, but I mean, yeah, it was good. Not having to draw with my finger was really nice. I really liked holding a pen to draw. It really helped me to draw the eyes too, especially being able to rotate the canvas and my wrist the way I like. And I couldn't be bothered to redraw the eye, so I just copied the other one I already drew and just slapped it onto the other side. One thing I like about Medibank is how the quality doesn't reduce when you duplicate stuff, especially when you use the magic wand or lasso tool to do that, because I noticed that it does happen in Ibis Paint. You almost won't notice, but I got eyes like that. The edges start looking smoother instead of as pristine as the original, or maybe that's just me. My recorder acted up a bit and we lost some footage in between. I've already drawn most of the body here and I was working on the boots, and as you can see, I really struggled. So I pulled up the Shein boots online. I actually got a pair at home, which is why I was so quick to search up the Shein pair. They turned out really good, and I actually kind of got reminded of Love to draw manga. While I was drawing them, they kind of look similar to the ones that she drew in one of her videos. I haven't been able to watch her for a while since YouTube Shorts has been eating all of my time on the app. The boots took a little while. They were looking lang, especially when I duplicated them for the other foot. I then refined them a bit so they weren't looking too rough. They look a bit different to the end product, and I can't lie, I wish I had left them this way because I kind of prefer it, but y'all are not gonna see if it ends up on the banner and I'll forget about it in due time anyway. Then I moved up to the thighs and gave her some thighs of thunder because my girl was looking kind of skinny. I looked at the full thing and I decided I should go in with the eyes and try something different. I was tired of having just like the sclera resting on the cheek, which is ugh. I gave her my bushy yet thin eyebrows, then proceeded to struggle with the nose. I left it looking like the usual, not too much change is needed. I moved on to the mouth. I really thought I ate when I angled the canvas this way. I decided to add some lips. It was just going to be the top lip at first, which is not what I usually do. But then I added the bottom one too. I moved on to the irises and I wanted it to look like the Korean manhwa eyes, like the one that you see on the men. But I don't got that kind of skill yet, so bear with me. I then removed the tracing material and honestly started wondering whether or not this was me. Like, I sure did improve after not drawing for 6 months. Like, who is she? And this is the part where I decided to change the boots. I really don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this. I changed the curves a little bit. The lines were not lining. Cleavage was looking a little rough, so I adjusted. I went for the hands. When drawing hands, it's always good to start with the shape. I made a tutorial about this. Go check it out if you like. The first hand was a flawless victory. The second hand, however, epic flaw. So I did my best to hide it. Yeah, as you can see, it didn't really go very well. I was done with the line art pretty much by this point, so I started cleaning up the lines. I thought I was done, but then I remembered the glasses. I started drawing them and it honestly turned out so beautiful. The first thing I usually do is fill in the skin, so I did just that. I didn't use the bucket like normal and I did it with the brush and immediately started fading instead of filling in the whole thing. I didn't use the bucket like normal with the brush. What the frick does this say here? I started shading the eyes. I can't lie, I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew the usual eye shading was not gonna cut it. The way the piece was going, I needed it to match. I finally moved on to the lips. I was going to just fill in what was already there at first, but I then decided to be a little bit more extra. And eventually I erased the lip line art and just left the shaded lips. I wanted them to look like real lips. Not real, but like, you know, like how one lip is darker and closer to the color of the skin than the other. I wanted to do pink, but I couldn't find a shade that wasn't too saturated or too dull, so I ended up going for mauve. Hair time! No cap, I had no clue how to approach this, as you'll soon see. I filled the color in and got started. I was going to do the usual gotcha shading style from Once Upon a Time, but it wasn't working out. It looked kind of ugly, so I shaded everything else. I came back, don't worry. I just basically erased in the shape of curls and hoped for the best. It came out alright. I really don't know how to shade shoes, so I kind of just winged it, to be honest. This outfit is inspired by the outfit I wore to the cinema on my birthday last year, and I went to watch the latest Trolls movie at the time, and I had a really good time. The last thing I did was add some acne scars and some blush. Shaded the eyes a little more. I'm not sure I have any recorded footage of the finishing touches, but I did at least get something on Metabang, so here it is. I also got another banner that I made on Ibis Paint using the profile pic that I said that I already had at the beginning of the video. Cause like now I got two profile pics, cause as I was drawing what was supposed to be the banner, I realized that this was too pretty to just be in the background. Like I might just make this my profile pic. So now I have two profile pics and two banners and have no idea what to pick. It got to a point where I was indecisive on which one to put as the banner and the profile pic because they were both so good. I have to pick one for now, but you guys let me know which one you prefer and I'll switch. Since I'm unable to come to a conclusion, I'm leaving it up to the wheel. So shall it be? Thank you guys so much for watching. I think in my next video I'll work on an intro and an outro, but if you guys made it till the end, I commend your dedication. Go check out my other videos and watch my tutorials. To be honest, I need to put them in the trash and start over, cause they suck. At some point, I'm going to remake all my tutorials in some memes, and I'll make some new ones you've never seen before. I hope I'll be able to keep my promise this time. See you whenever. Peace.